Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be shooting a story time video for you guys, which is not something I typically do here on my channel, but just throughout my life talking about my life with my husband and stuff, I'm like, I kind of do have some stories that might make entertaining story time videos. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up so I know to make more of these. But obviously, as you can probably tell by the title of this video, today I'm going to be telling you the story of the first time I ever made pot brownies or weed brownies for me and my friends. This was a really long time ago. I would just want to put a disclaimer on this that this was a super long time ago. I would not do this nowadays. This is just a story from my past. This is not something that has happened recently, so no need to worry about all that. There's a lot of people involved in this story, so for the sake of everyone involved, I'm going to be using nicknames for everyone. Can't remember necessarily how old I was when this happened. I think I was 16, and the reason I say that is I had pink hair and I was driving a car legally, so I think I was 16. I think I worked at Marble Slab. Oh my god, yeah, of course, I worked at Marble Slab at the time, duh. And one night, me and my friends decided we wanted to get high. We all decided we wanted to get high, and there was a couple of girls involved who weren't really keen on the idea of smoking weed. They were like, if we bake with it or something, we'll eat it, but we're not gonna like smoke it. Me and, why is my mind drawing a blank here? I cannot come up with a fake name for this girl. Since I'm filming a storytime video, the only name that is coming in my head is Tana, so let's just use that. Me and Tana, we smoked cigarettes back in the day, so we didn't care. We would have smoked it, but all the other girls were like, no, we don't want to smoke it. Let's eat it instead. So we were like, okay, fine, whatever. One of the girls had never even gotten high before, so this was like her first time ever, which you'll hear about that later. So I, of course, was charged with the task of going to get the goods. One of my friend's brothers actually helped me out with that situation, so that's how I knew him. I got about $80 worth. I remember how much I paid at the time. I got about $80 worth, so I probably got like a fourth of an ounce maybe. Over to my friend Tana's house. Tana's parents didn't live with her, so we were like, okay, this is the only place we can bake, so let's do it at Tana's house. So Tana, Panda, and Blair, all code names, not these real people's names, I promise. We all went over to Tana's house, and there's also a guy who came over, we'll call him Clyde. So I made the brownies. I Googled online just like how to do it because I had no idea what I was doing. We like got butter and like did it in the butter. I don't even still really know. All I know was we didn't want to waste time filtering out the like pot leaves after we made like the butter with it. So we just left it in there. So our brownies tasted super bad. They were like incredibly dry and crunchy and just, yeah, no, wouldn't recommend that. And we all started off with 2. I think everyone ate 2, and that was like our baseline of like where we all started, because none of us really knew what we were doing, to be totally honest. None of us had ever done this before. We all plopped down, and of course, I was like, I'm gonna pick a movie. We'll all just like watch a movie together. It'll be chill, whatever. And I picked Smiley Face, starring Anna Faris. If you've ever seen Smiley Face, it's really ridiculous. It's like a stoner comedy movie, and I was like, perfect, we will watch that. So we all just sat down to watch this movie, and we're like trying to all be cool because we're 16 and we all want to be cool to each other, and we're like, okay, so everyone just like tell someone if you like start to feel something, because once again we have no idea what we're doing. And I get up to go to the bathroom maybe like 20-25 minutes into this movie. No one has said anything, and I got up and I went to the bathroom, and whenever I was walking to the bathroom, I was like, oh yeah, no, for sure. Like, I'm definitely high right now. And once I came back into the room, I made an announcement to everyone. I was just like, by the way, yes, I am totally high. The brownies have kicked in for sure. After I said that, Panda, who was sitting behind me, let out like a gasp of air. She was like, oh my gosh, thank God, I'm so glad somebody who said something. I didn't want to be the first one to say something, but I'm high too. I was just like dying laughing. I was like, okay, yeah, cool. We're doing it. We're doing it, yay! So then Blair was like, guys, I don't really know what I'm looking for here, but I'm pretty sure I'm high too. I think I feel something. And we're all just like, yay, finally, it's happening. And the other two people, Panda and Clyde, were just like, we don't really feel that way. So they ate another brownie. We did not. We three stopped there. But oh my God, the rest of the night, I have never blacked out from drinking or anything, but I might have blacked out kind of that night. I don't know, I'm reluctant to call it that. It's more so just like I don't really remember what necessarily happened. I know that sounds a lot like blacking out, but I may have just forgotten. I do remember Panda's brother came back because he lived at the house. Her older brother came back home and he was with his friend. Oh my God, we'll call them Bert and Ernie. Perfect. So Bert and Ernie came back to the house and they brought Febreze with them and they busted in the door and they were like, oh my God, no, it smells so bad. Like it reeks of pot in here. Y'all have to do something. We're like, oh no, you have to do something before Lucy gets home. Lucy and Ricardo, once again, fake names for everyone's safety. Lucy and Ricardo were Panda and Bert's older sister who also lived in the house, but they had a baby and they were married. Lucy and Ricardo were married, so they were like our pseudo like mom and dad of the house, so they were the ones who we were worried about busting us. So we Febrezed the whole house. At some point in the night, Clyde left and I don't remember saying goodbye to him, but everyone told me I did apparently. I do remember seeing him like walk away and like I was a little out of my brain that night, not gonna lie. And as he was walking away, I just was like, there he goes. He's walking away now. And everyone was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, I didn't even say bye to him. And they were like, Twiggy, you literally just said goodbye to him. And I was like, no, I didn't, but it's okay. It's all right. So that's what I mean. Like the whole night's kind of patchy. Like I remember parts of the night, just not necessarily the whole thing in order. At some point in the night, Ernie was like, hey, Twiggy, you should try and punch me right now because I don't think you could. And I was just like, what? What are you talking about? Ernie also ate some brownies, but Bert did not. He didn't want to partake, but Ernie did. Ernie was like, okay, you're gonna like try and punch my arm, okay? So he like goes like this and like stands to the side and is like, try and punch my arm as hard as you can. And I'm just like, are you Tyler Durden? Not really. But I go and I square up and I like try and punch him. And I remember like I missed his arm by like that much. Like I punched so far away from where his arm was. Everyone died laughing at me. They were just like, wow, so like that's what level you're on right now. Like you, okay, cool. Also, something I wanted to note about this night that was crazy and has never happened to me again was I was kind of hallucinating. Like I said, it was a crazy night, but it's hard to explain, but if you've ever seen like 3D images that you put on the red and blue glasses for to like make it pop and make it 3D, but everything without the glasses is like outlined in like red and blue and like kind of fuzzy looking. That's how my whole world looked. Everything looked like that, which is very crazy. That's never happened to me again, but I think I may have overdone it on the marijuana ratio in the brownies because I was just so eager to make them work and make it happen. But that was really, really crazy. Another funny thing that happened that night was once Lucy and Ricardo did come home, Tana ran into her bedroom with all of us. We were all hiding in there. And she has the tray of brownies with her because there were still some left over and she's freaking out. She's like, oh my God, they know, they totally know we're high. And I was like, calm down, like you're freaking out right now. Why would they know we're high? How would they know? And she goes, because I told them. And I was like, well then yeah, I think they know. So Lucy was kind of upset. She wasn't like pissed off or anything. She was just like more so annoyed that like there was a bunch of teenagers in her house getting high. Totally understandable. Ricardo came into the bedroom and started kind of fucking with all of us because he just thought it was hilarious. He started like tickling me and he was like, oh, are you high, Twiggy? Did you get high tonight? And I was just like, oh my God, stop. So I worked at Marble Slab at the time. I had work the next morning. I woke up in the middle of the night to go pee, and I remember getting up and getting out of bed and being like, okay, cool. I'm not tripping anymore, but I'm still high, so I'm coming down. That's a good sign. But then the next morning I had to open the store, and whenever I was like waking up and getting ready, I was like, oh shit, I'm totally still high somehow. I took some brownies with me, don't you worry. I took leftovers, but I had to go to work, and when I was at work, I felt like I was moving so slow. I felt like I was just going at a glacial pace. I could not stand it. Whatever, I was like fighting in my own body. I was like, I can't stop being so damn slow. Problems. But this man came in with his like 3 children, and I was like, oh God, like, this is gonna take like 15 minutes because I just can't even handle life right now. That's what level I'm still on. And I'm scooping his kids ice cream, whatever. I get done with all of their orders, and he comes, like the kids have run away by now, and the dad like leans in and he was like, by the way, I really appreciate how hard you're working. Winked at me and put a 20 in the tip jar, and I was like, that guy totally knew I was high. For sure, 10 out of 10, he gets high too, no questions asked. The whole day, Blair was blowing up my phone being like, oh my God, is this ever going to end? Did I fry myself? When is this going to be over? She was freaking out, understandably so, because once again, she had never gotten high before, so she was just concerned that it had lasted so long. And I was like, you know, this has honestly never happened to me either, but after about a day and a half, it went away, and I think that's everything. That is the story of how me and my friends made pot brownies when I was 16. It was very exciting. It was something I wanted to do. It's not something I would do again necessarily, because I think some of the reasons of why that night was so much fun is all the people involved and being young and not having the responsibilities of like the real world weigh you down. So probably I'm not gonna do that anytime soon or in the near future, but I just thought that was a funny story to tell you guys. Once again, if you like these videos, give it a thumbs up so I know to do more. I definitely kind of had a rebellious side when I was a teenager. I know you probably couldn't guess by all my underage tattoos, but yeah, I've got some stories. So let me know if you guys like this style of video. Hope you're all having a great week, and I will see you guys next time. Bye everyone.